Hey guys, I'm Osa.
I'm Jennifer.
And we're the LO3. And today we're back with another college survival, college tip video.
Episode 5.
Okay guys, and today the notebook is full of tips, full of notes guys, but today we have another edition, and this is basically going to be how to be a baddie. A baddie in college, okay? We're going to be talking about tips, our journeys through our confidence, our self-esteem, all that stuff. So like, you know, be ready, sit down, hope you guys grab your little snacks, whatever, because this is it, shoot. So
we're telling you.
I'm hip. This is the how-to. So if you want to get these tips, just continue watching. Okay, tip number 1 that I would say is, I feel like everybody says this in their like videos or whatever, but it's to fake it till you make it. Like, to be honest, like a lot of people, like I know for me, like I was really like, I suffered, okay? Like I was not the most confident person like at all, but like the real trick is just to fake it till you make it. Like if you fake like you have confidence, if you fake like you're the baddest bitch on earth, like no one can tell you shit. And they're not gonna tell you shit because they could see that. Like I feel like whether you're faking it, whether it's for real, like people really can't tell the difference. So if you carry yourself with like that like higher order, higher power, like higher self-esteem, like no one can really tell you shit. And that kind of like, that self like reassurance and everything, that kind of like makes you like, in a way, like you may think that you're faking it at first, but once you continue to have that like fake confidence or whatever, it actually turns into real confidence.
Tip number 2 is there's always room for improvement. I don't care what nobody says. I feel like for me, that like one thing that I always used to think was that like, oh, to be like a bad bitch or like to like have cute fits, like you have to start off at like a young age, like you know, like all the people that I would know, like they'd be 14 and 15 already dressing cute. So it's like by the time we're 18, like, you know, they're already looking fine. But like I'm telling you, you can literally change your whole style at any age. Like you literally can. And like always room for improvement. Like even if it's like if you don't have enough money to buy new fits, like, or like you just need help with everything, like you can always change your style or how you're dressing. Like even if you don't have money, you can still put pieces together in your closet and like, oh, like this is about to look fire. You can take tips from people. That's one thing. Like people don't really like to take constructive criticism from other people. But I'm telling you, somebody like who's your friend or somebody in college is telling you like, oh, you could wear something else, this and that, like you should listen to them.
Because like 9 times out of 10 they're trying to help you.
Or like even another thing that I always do is that like it's not like I'm hating on anybody or I'm judging or it's competition, but if I see somebody walking around campus like with the fire fit, their hair is looking nice, makeup, I'm about to be taking notes. Like, wow, I want to be looking like that.
That's really a big thing. Like take notes from people that you aspire to like have that type of style or whatever. Like not
doesn't mean like you're a follower of them or anything, but it's like
that. Like and don't don't be afraid to also ask people like where they get their fits from, because like I know like if I see someone like wearing like a fire ass shirt, I'm like, yo, where did you get that from? Like I need that. And like some people do be like kind of stingy and be like, oh, like I don't remember, or knowing sure they will remember where you got it. But like whatever, like if you can, like, and if you feel comfortable, like don't be afraid to ask people where they got their stuff. Like there's always, like literally like Jennifer said, like there's always room for improvement, always room to change your style.
Thing that I always do is Pinterest and Instagram, even YouTube. Like these are your number ones. Like, make sure you write these through Pinterest, Instagram, and YouTube. Like
in that order.
A PLT haul. Like I follow a whole bunch of like people from the UK. Like their fits are so pretty.
Cute.
Pinterest, I'm always looking up like summer fits or something. Just things that I'm like, okay, like if I like the fit, let me see if I can like copy it or find pieces that like, oh, like I love this aesthetic. Like I'm telling you, like look for stuff that you think like, oh, this will look good on me. Like that can help improve your closet and how you like dress.
Another thing that I feel like is another tip is to basically like make sure that you have like the essentials in your closet. And by the essentials I mean like black jeans, blue jeans, white top, black top, like stuff like that, like monochromatic colors, because those like you can dress up, you can dress down, like, and those like you can literally make into a fit with anything. Like if you want it to be casual, you can make it a casual fit. If you want it to be like going out, dress up type of fit, you can make it that type of fit too. So like make sure to have those basics in your closet.
Number 1, like just make sure, even the shoes too.
Exactly.
Like, you should have like some
shoes,
black sneakers, some white sneakers. I'm telling you. Another important key is that I feel like for how to be like a bad bitch or like the best of yourself, is that how you say it?
Yeah,
it has to be mentally first. Like, yeah, the best version of yourself. Like, I feel like this was
starts first.
one key for me. Like, first of all, self-esteem, it takes a while.
Yes.
It takes a while to gain self-esteem and confidence in yourself. So like, don't think like we're just telling you like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, and it's gonna be quick like that. Like, no, you have to like actually sit down and be like, I need to learn how to be confident in myself. Like, nobody's gonna tell you to be confident in yourself. You're gonna be confident
with yourself.
That has to be something with you, and it's very challenging to gain confidence.
It really is.
It really is.
Like, even like as I'm sitting here telling you like, oh, how to be a baddie.
For real.
Like, I haven't even unlocked my full potential. Like, I'm literally like maybe at like maybe 60%, maybe even 50.
That's
like,
there's literally always room for
exactly.
Like, you're not at your best.
You're
yet.
not.
Let me tell
I'm
you
not
that.
at my best. I know that.
Yeah.
So what? Like, make sure that it's really like, it really starts within. Like, a lot of people, like, I've seen a lot of people do like exercises where they like go in like the mirror like at least once a day and tell themselves that like they're beautiful or like I'm the baddest, and that kind of stuff. Like, it may seem silly, but it actually works. Like, I remember like I was like really struggling with my self-esteem, especially like during high school. So like I would literally like do exercises like that, and in the moment I felt mad stupid. I was like, bruh, like what am I saying? What am I doing? But like it really does help, because y'all, like, now if you see me, you cannot tell me that I'm not the baddest bitch. Period. Like, you cannot tell me nothing.
You literally have to have that, like, you have to know and think like, I'm a bad bitch. Like, nobody's telling me anything. Like, it takes a lot to get to that point, but like, I'm telling you, once you have that mentality that's like, oh, not cockiness. Let me just,
there's a difference.
There's a difference
between confidence.
But it's like just having like, you're sure with yourself, like, oh, like I'm pretty, nobody can tell me anything. That takes you a long way. Like,
it really does, because
people look at you different.
Exactly, because people can see that shift in confidence. Exactly.
Yeah.
And like, no matter what, like even if I have imperfections on my face, even if I'm not the thickest person, even if I'm not the skinniest person, like, if you tell yourself that you're the baddest bitch, nobody's words can ever faze you. They can never hurt you. Okay, like, that's a hater. Like, that's really a hater. Like, they're a hater, because what? Like, nobody can tell. Like, if someone was coming up to me and be like, oh, so you're ugly, okay? Like, okay, like, if I know I'm the baddest bitch, you, like, literally nothing that you can say will ever take me off my pedestal. Period.
I'm telling you, it has to be within. First of all, like, that's the first thing.
That's number one.
It has to be
number one.
Another thing, this is a lot of my sisters are out here struggling with this. Don't let no bum ass nigga tell you that you're not a bad bitch. I'm so sorry, but I've been seeing this a lot of days where like people that I know or people on social media, their boyfriend is just knocking down these ugly twats telling you that you're something that you're not. Don't listen to them.
Especially like I've been seeing like a lot of like people, like, I don't have TikTok, but like my siblings have TikTok, and like I've been seeing a lot of like black boys or whatever be like tearing down black girls, talking about I prefer like light skinned white girls, whatever. I don't care what you prefer, but what you're not about to do in my presence is tear down a black woman, because at the end of the day you came out of a black woman. So
it's crazy though, because I used to be so insecure when I heard a black boy say, oh, I don't like dark skin girls, I don't like black girls, but now I just be like,
you're lost. Like, what?
Thank you. Like, what do you want me to say?
Exactly. Like, it's really your loss, because at the end of the day, the way my chocolate is set up, like, you're missing out. You're missing out at that point. Like, enjoy a little, like, I'm not saying like, you know, you can't have preferences or whatever. Yeah. Like, enjoy yours, but like, don't be tearing down other people just to uplift your type. Like, that's not what we're gonna do. It's 2020. Stop. Another thing that I would say is, don't be afraid to try out makeup. Like, don't be afraid. Like, I feel like, and don't be afraid not to try out makeup too. That's another thing. It could be really reversed, because I feel like a lot of people feel like in order to be a baddie, like, my face has to be beat to the max all the time, highlight on point, foundation, coverage, everything. Like, don't be afraid to like be. If you're not someone who doesn't do makeup, like, I know for a fact, like, I'm not someone who wears makeup 25/8. Like, I don't like to do, like, I love putting on makeup, don't get me wrong, but like, not all the time. Like, I want my face to breathe sometimes. So it's like, I want to be able to be confident with and without makeup. Yeah,
that's like, another thing.
I feel like be able to be confident with and without, because like, without makeup, I'm the baddest bitch. With makeup, I'm the baddest bitch.
Point blank, period.
Like, without makeup, like, for me, looking at me, like, out of a 10, I'm a 10. Okay, you cannot tell me shit. With makeup, I'm a 20 out of 10. Like, I'm max. Like, okay, I'm maxing out. Like, you cannot tell me nothing. Yeah. So it really starts like with you just looking like with you bare, everything bare face, no makeup, just lotion on your face, whatever. Like it really takes that confidence to be like, oh yeah, I'm still the baddest bitch.
Even with weave in your hair too.
Literally.
Like that's another thing. People always feel like, oh, I can't go anywhere because my hair is not done.
Exactly.
I have to have braids or weave. Your natural hair is beautiful. Let me tell you that.
And so many people have tried to tear down girls for their natural hair. Like the workplace is even forbidden sometimes. Schools have tried to expel people for wearing braids, wearing their natural hair. Like, don't ever.
I'm telling you, you're natural. You is beautiful. No makeup, no weave. Like, I'm telling you. Even with the ashy face.
Literally, it's still the baddest. Like, even when I hop out the shower, I look at you and I'm like, wait, I'm the baddest bitch. Like, you cannot tell me nothing, okay? And if you really have that, like, confidence within yourself, you, like I'm saying, like, nobody's words will ever be able to tear you down. Like, people could really be talking about you in your ear, but it's like, I'm the baddest bitch. I'm not even listening to what you're saying. But another thing I think that we were getting on before was that there's a difference between confidence and cockiness.
Yeah.
And like cockiness is you like, yes, you have, you know, confidence or whatever, but it's kind of like a pseudo confidence.
Yeah,
it's
you think you're better than other people.
Thinking you're better than other people.
Yeah.
Oh, when like I was saying, like if someone close to ask you like, oh, you know, where did you get that outfit from? Why do you want to know? Like that's cockiness. Like bitch, relax. Now I'm gonna have to humble your ass and tell you that you're not the fucking baddest. Now you're just acting however you want to act, and I'm gonna check you because what the fuck. But confidence is when you can look at yourself, you can be like, I'm the baddest. When you can look at other girls and you can be like, I'm the baddest. When you can look at little girls and you can be like, you're the baddest. Like what? Period. It's instilling confidence within yourself and telling other people, like being able to also tell other people that they're beautiful, that they're confident.
That's another thing. Like I feel like once you reach that high self-esteem and that high confidence, you should be able to help other people too. Like you should, like if you see somebody who's like, oh, they're not really the best of themselves, like they're very like insecure, like you should be there to like, hey, like reassure them like you're very beautiful, because like you should know it took you a while to gain that confidence, like
especially when we were younger.
Yeah,
too,
like I'm telling you,
like,
so you should always want to help other people, especially in college. First of all, because it's very hard to gain confidence in college if you've never had like self-confidence before, because it's like you're with a whole bunch of people. First of all, they have money, they have nice fits, like
they're pretty. Yeah. Even when you're in college, like you see a lot of girls who are super pretty. Like I feel like I know a lot of who have good fits, who are like their face is always beat, and even if they're not beat, they'll just look good naturally. And I'm just like there were those days, I'm not even gonna lie.
For real. Like, there's been days where I'd be walking through Burke just looking crazy, and I'm like, bro, like, look at her, she looks
literally
nice.
I'm like, bruh, like. And I just be looking, I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe I'm not the baddest.
For real, like,
and then the other days, like the next day I swear I'll wake up and I'll be like, what can
that's another thing too. I feel like it's very common and it's okay to have good and bad days. Like it's not every day you're saying, oh, I'm the baddest bitch. Even if you have some off days where you're like, oh, like I'm a little insecure. Like there's nothing wrong with that, honestly.
There really is.
It's literally part of being human. Like
we all have insecurities.
Like, no matter what. Don't let nobody tell you I'm not insecure at all. You're lying.
They have an insecurity. I know.
That's the insecurity.
Like, exactly.
That's the
why are they lying? Like what? It takes like strength to be able to look at those insecurities and still be like, oh, yeah, okay, like even though, you know, I don't really like, you know, my skin, or if I don't really like or I don't like the pimples on my face, whatever. Yeah. Like it takes a lot of confidence to look at that and then still be like, okay, but I'm the baddest bitch.
There's one thing that I hate that like I've seen with a lot of like girls nowadays. It would be like a group of friends. This is in college, right? A group of friends, right? And there will be one that people like basically call the designated ugly fat friend. Like, they won't have to be fat, but like just a friend that like people will be like, oh, like they're not on the same level as the rest of their friends. Or even if it would just be like one friend is like the bad bitch and everybody else is like, oh, they're not cute, this and that. I don't care what nobody says. No matter what, you're still a bad bitch.
You really are.
Like I used to hear this a lot of time in like college, where people be like, oh, that one person in the group is pretty as hell. Exactly. This and that.
And then you'll be like, oh, what about the other friends? And they'll be like, oh.
Like no. Like low key, I mean that will hurt a little.
Like I'm hip. Like it kind of
don't listen.
Don't listen. Like at the end of the day, people might see you as the duff of your friend group.
But then other people might see you as the prettiest one.
That's
another thing. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody says. People always will have a different opinion about you.
Beauty is in the eye
for
of the
real.
beholder.
Like, one person might say you're ugly, the other person might say you're just the prettiest girl that I've ever seen.
Like, oh, you have a pretty ass smile. Something like, guys, like, just because one person is trying to tear you down or has designated you the duff of your friend group or whatever, like, that does not mean that another person who looks at you is gonna think that same way.
That's not everybody's thought of you. Like,
it really isn't.
So don't listen to everybody, first of all.
I guess another how to be a baddie, whatever, I guess, is to, I would say lip gloss. Lip gloss is components to everything. Lip gloss, okay? Like, yes, you know, don't be ashy, whatever, but like, I don't want no ashy lips. I know for me, I don't want my lips to be looking ashy, so I at least have lip gloss. Even if I could have a bare face, I could have the barest face on earth. If I have lip gloss, I'm the baddest bitch.
Yeah.
Period. Even if it's Vaseline on my lips, I'm the baddest bitch. Period. I feel like those are essentials. Lip gloss and eyelashes.
Yeah. And then like another thing for me, to be a bad bitch, you have to be smart and educated. There's no reason why you're on social media with 1,000 pictures, but in school you're getting D's and F's on your exams. But does that make any sense to you? Like, that's what I said. Literally, there has to be a mentality that you're a bad bitch, whether it be physically, emotionally. Like, knowledge you have to have. Knowledge is key. I'm telling you. Like, you have to be. I'm not saying you have to be the smartest person, but like education comes first.
Be educated.
Yeah,
be educated. Like, please don't be out here like you're out here with 1 million followers on Instagram or whatever, and then you're out here failing high school.
Or like even ignorant people too. Like, I feel like you should educate yourself on a whole lot of things. I'm not telling you to be the perfect person, but like there's no reason why you're out here being ignorant.
Exactly.
So I'm telling you, education is key. You need to be smart at least. Like, that's one thing of how to be a baddie. Like, it's not all about looks. Like, your mentality has to be up there too. So that's the end of the video. You know, chapter 5. How to be a baddie.
How to be a baddie.
Like, if you have anything else or any other advice, like, put it in the comments. Like, we're still learning. That's another thing. We're still,
like we said, room to improve. Always room to improve. We're still learning about how to like even gain more confidence for ourselves.
Be a better version of ourselves.
So if you have any tips, make sure to put them down in the comments below. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be on the lookout for another college video or just another video from us in general. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to share this video
with your friends. Come on.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Hangover. Baby, she dey give me hangover. Hey, let go. Oh no, make give me let go. Hey.